Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about the resurrection of Jesus. The story goes a little something like this. Jesus was sentenced to death and hung on a cross where he died. His body was placed in a nearby cave and a rock was put over the entrance to prevent anybody from tampering with the body. After 3 days, 2 women went to the cave to prepare the body for burial and the rock had been moved. Suddenly an angel appeared and told them that Jesus was no longer there, that he was alive, and they should go tell his disciples. They went and told them, and the disciples ran to check for themselves. Sure enough, he was gone. Over the next few days, Jesus began appearing to his closest followers first, and then to large groups of believers. After 40 days, he ascended into heaven to claim his kingdom. Now this is one of those stories that I had heard since I was a little child, and it always seemed amazing and miraculous. But a funny thing happened, and it's happened to me with many Christian stories and traditions. I began reading the Bible for myself, and realizing that there were some inconsistencies. Things that I wanted answers for, but could never get because, well, the answer always seemed to be, because anything is possible with God. For example, Christian tradition says that Jesus actually went to hell during those 3 days after he died. But while he was hanging on the cross, he said to the man next to him, "Truly, I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." Well, that seems pretty clear right there that Jesus was planning to be in paradise on that day. Not in 3 days, not in 40 days, but on that day. Then Jesus appears again, and nobody seems to recognize him. Why didn't they recognize him? This is somebody that they spent every day with for years, and in theory, his body should have been pretty roughed up from his trial. That's something you would notice. There are also several times that Jesus will just seem to appear in a room or on the side of the road and disappear as quickly. Now, last I checked, a physical body can't just vanish into thin air. And lastly, when Jesus ascends into heaven, he just floats into the sky and then vanishes into heaven. What? Okay, first off, no matter what your idea of heaven is, I think we can all agree that it's part of the spiritual realm. It's not a place where a person's physical body goes. I think that we also all know that it's not up in the sky. Now, I don't claim to know where it is or how it works exactly, but I'm pretty sure that it's not floating around in our atmosphere. Now, like I said, there are answers to all of these questions, but they usually equate to, well, God can make it happen. Is there a more logical answer out there? Well, one of the core tenets of the Bahai Faith is that religion and science have to agree. And it gives an answer that actually makes sense. Here's how it goes. When Jesus died, his spirit did in fact go to paradise as he said. When he returned to see his disciples, he returned in a spiritual form, not a physical form. That's why he looked different, why his body wasn't covered in wounds, and why he was able to appear and disappear at will. At the end of 40 days, when he ascended into heaven, it was his spirit returning to the spiritual realm. That's it. Pretty simple, right? This would be the same type of form that the angel took when it appeared to Mary. This leaves one final question. What happened to Jesus' physical body? Well, I've heard several different theories. Maybe God did something with it, or maybe somebody moved it. In the end, is that really the important part of the story, or is it that Jesus' disciples found their renewed courage to spread his teachings and help people from all over the world find freedom and joy? Thank you so much for watching, and please feel free to watch some of my other videos as I continue to explore the Baha'i Faith and how it relates to common Christian traditions.